Come on, Moose. We're going to get wood. Come to the forest. It's not doing much today. I'm so much better now. It's amazing. Legs is good. Mind is willing. Body is able. So we're going on a small land tour. My home. Oh, the worst thing is I took the dog out today. Cleaned her up at the lake, gave her a good bath. Brought her back, and her first thing to do, jump in a mud puddle. Hey, Nikki. So yeah, this is the home. That's where I live. The land starts at the road over there. That's the cabin. That's where I live. The solar. Oh, this is good. I got a dog somewhere here. She was nice and clean today. She got brushed. She got washed. Now she's muddy all again. And yeah, I figured go on a walk on the land, show you everything, and do some stuff. And hey, you doing, Super Gang? One of my trails in my back area where I do a lot of harvesting wood. I'm hunting. I do grouse hunting right through here because they're so full of grouse. And I've got a heel dog right here following me. Very muddy dog. And my trail goes to the back here to one of my chill spots. When I don't want to deal with the world, I'll sometimes come out here and rough it. I still have that thing where I kind of like being in the woods once in a while, just away from everything, sleep right on the ground. I have my fires out here a lot. Ones that I don't share. Oh, here's the thing. Got on my meds. I'm back on my meds. I took a trip down to Toronto. I got my neighbor was going down to Toronto. And I said, oh man, I got it. Can I come with you? Got there, had him drop me off in front of Sunnybrook. He drives fast, so it was like a 10-hour drive. Saved me 2 hours. Got there at 7 in the morning. We left at 9 at night. Drove all night. Got to Toronto. Met up with another friend of mine in front of Sunnybrook. Filled out some paperwork so she can now pick up my medication and she'll mail it to me. Sunnybrook is a hospital. And yeah, I picked up my 4-month supply of medication yesterday. I've been off of it for like 4 or 5 months now. I took the pills I could last in the afternoon and the evening. Took my pills in the morning, and I'm up and about walking around right now. So much better. Not like perfect right away, but amazing. And I felt like, collecting some wood and showing off the property. Heck, I've even done more than that. Oh my god, that's not my dog. That's a random dog. I don't know that dog. That is not my dog. I don't know where my dog is. Hey, Moosey Moo! That is not my dog. Come here, buddy. Be friendly. The cabin's pretty good. Hey, Moose! Come here. You just got stepped on. Come on, baby Moose. You're okay. You're okay, baby Moose. You're okay. You were clean earlier. Gonna have to dunk you in a bucket tonight. Cabin is fantastic. I got most of the roofing on, half of the roofing up. There's half the roofing, and the floor is completely in. So, yeah. I might actually stay in it tonight just for the fun of it. Oh, it's gorgeous out, and I feel fantastic. Like, it's amazing how quickly when you're back right on the right medication, in the right dosage, and you're actually have the medication, how quickly things can turn around. I guess I had my system was ready for it again. Second I'm on it, I'm feeling so much better. I've been going through hell for the last few months because I haven't had it. They won't deliver it up here. Not right now. I've got my neighbor up there hanging out there. They've got construction going up on the road, and he's chilling in the structure, talking to his buddy while he does the road. And I don't want to bother the guy. Did a lot of stuff, but again, thank you. I'm only here because you guys. This is a permanent home. I'll put it this way: is after all of that and got here and getting laid off from work and stuff, I got nothing right now, but it doesn't matter because I can go fishing and hunting whenever I need. I've got a permanent place that I can never get kicked off of. I've got a beautiful camper home, and I get to do all these little projects whenever I want. So life is freaking good. I want to do more streams. I want to start figuring out like talk to text to speech and make these streams a little bit better. But you guys want to go see a farm graveyard? So this place used to be an old horse ranch. There's an area that I'm not going to enter, but I can get close to it to show you it. And I've been going into it a lot lately just to check out what it is. And in the grass, there are piles of stones, and they're set up symmetrically. Like there's a pile here in front of it, there's a front of it. And I'm guessing it's the old farm graveyard for the animals. So let's go check that out. It's just down my other trail here. Now these are a gray aspen trees. They're everywhere on the property. But this is home. So right here, if the sound cuts out, I'm sorry. When I start coming in here, the sound kind of screws up on my phone. It might be just too far from the Wi-Fi. But in here, this weird-ass clearing that's in the middle of nowhere, I believe is the old farm burial site for the horses. It could be the kids too, because again, 100 years back, this was a horse farm area. And yeah, this is used to be an old farm graveyard. And I've got trails all through here. I do what I can when I can, but I'm feeling fantastic on the meds right now. I can't walk too far in there. The phone will blink out and turn off if I go too far in there. I don't know why. It's just weird. I've got trails through here. I've got rabbit traps and whatnot set up through there. I haven't been too lucky with rabbits, but I've got a few quails and squirrels. Yes, I've eaten squirrel. Not bad, actually. And I've got a moose I could eat anytime. And I'm actually more in the back here right now to look for some berries. I think I've already picked them clean. Yeah. Already been picked clean. These were raspberries. So, I've actually talked about the place here is, so that forest over here on this end has been reseeded about 60 years back, so it's bigger, older growth over there. The whole area is like 300 acres. And it was all pasture. Even the small pasture that's left is pretty dang big. It's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 acres wide. So 8 acres times 2, 3, about 80 acres. About 80 acres wide. And then if you go up the hill, you have the old farmhouse and whatnot that's fallen apart. The old farm equipment, which there's another pasture up there, and that's another 80 acres. And the rest of it, the other 160 acres, is all thick wilderness. So it's neat. And yeah, like this is home. I've got a beautiful home, which we'll go check out. I'll even give you guys a little bit of a peek of the cabin. It's really rustic and it's been being built out of things I harvest myself. And it's taken since March to get it built up as where it is. You can hear the tractor in the background. So yeah, let's go take the tour. Starting from my trail. That's my trail. Isn't it a lovely, lovely trail? Over there are my bitterberry bushes. I was having fires here for a while. You come back in here. Hey, Moosey Moo! Ooh, and the berries are ripe. Look at this. Look at this beautiful bush of berries. I'm happy. Sorry. We'll continue the tour in a bit. Ugh. Beautiful stuff. Hey warrior, how you doing? I've got berry bushes everywhere. I think these are honeyberries. I believe that's the actual name for them. They taste like a kind of a bitter cherry. A very bitter cherry, but they're still tasty, man. Not all fruit needs to be super duper sweet. And again, hey warrior, and hey Debbie. And thank you, Nikki. You didn't have to do that. I appreciate that, though. Thank you for the PayPal donation. That is freaking awesome. But yeah, since we're here, let's finish that tour. I see moose. There's the moose. Oh God. That's it. Here's the rest of my trailer. My trail. Beautiful trail. And yeah, I've been here since March. Got the solar. That's my home. This is where I live. There's a cabin in my neighbor. Right there. Just having a fire. That's a dog. You wouldn't have guessed that, though. Garden. Shooting range. My little dogwood archway. See, initially I was going to bring the trailer right here, but the land, it's on a slope here, so it kind of floods at this area. So here was the better choice. And there's my rain barrel I gotta fix up. I need to get a spout for that eventually. But I really love this archway. Makes me happy having that. And yeah, through this way is my neighbor's plot. It starts just at this tall grass here. And I like to go through the backwoods here to go hunting. Moose likes the tall grass too. But this is what I'm more proud of anything. I think I'm going to be doing a stream in the very near future just about fixing these solar panels up. I'm planning on bushcrafting a stand for it that'll have them sitting 4 feet off the ground at the lowest point. So there's that. And I got this off my neighbor. This is a water testing kit. This is on loan. I've just been, going through the book and whatnot, figuring out how to use it because a couple of us got together to dig a well. We need to know the water quality. And so, long story short, that's my battery system. I ended up buying, this is new. I ended up getting a second one of these. My other one burnt out. But that's all my power there. 4 100 amp hour batteries. Oh, there's a moose toy. I know she's gonna want that. That's her ducky. She loves her ducky. Go get Ducky. That's home. Like, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys. I gotta take that Starlink out. That's not functional anymore. I'm just using cell phone data now, which I don't really get up here. But there's a cell phone signal range booster that my neighbor and I went in halfway for, put it between the properties, and yeah. So now I got cell phone data here. It's cheaper that way, anyways. Don't have to worry about the drama trying to get payments. That's home. And yeah, every time I need to go to town, I generally get a ride. I've only had to hitchhike 3 or 4 times, and hitchhiking isn't too bad. But it's nice to have friends up here. An actual home with a beautiful bed, a microwave, a stove, heat. I do think I'm going to put a greenhouse over this for the winter, just so I can lock in a little bit more heat. But that's it. It is also a very beautiful day too. Oh God, it's a moose. It's a moose. You adventuring a moose? You were clean, You were clean earlier. You had a bath. You were brushed. 5 minutes. You were home for 5 minutes, and you're covered in mud. What did you do? What did you do? I've got 400 amp hours of power. It can take as much power thing as it needs. Plus, I've got 800 watts of solar on the ground, 500 on the trailer to power the refrigerator and the heater when needed. So I have actually more than enough power. Oh. And yeah, oh yeah, these. So this here is how I got the trailer on my spot. Well, with the greenhouse, I'm going to be building it out of some tamarack trees and poplar. It's not going to be a forever thing. I've got access to a bunch of greenhouse plastic for free. I'm going to put it up just for the winter. I'm going to make it so it can be disassembled in the summer because I like my summer breeze. And yeah, it's horrible over here. I'm letting the tall grass grow up. The grass got cut down towards the lawn just so I could get to and from the property. But I like, you know, the tall grass, the bushes, and everything. I like the greenery. I like the animals that come with it. I've got a microwave now. I have an oven too. I built an oven. You guys you've all seen my hillbilly oven. Burnt out an oil drum. Used an angle grinder to cut a couple holes in it. And yeah, I made yesterday was freaking fantastic. The casserole, I guess you'd call it, in a tin can casserole. They're BPA free plastic. People have been worried about that. It's BPA free. We're in Canada. You're not allowed to import anything with BPA. But yeah, they turned out well. It was literally just a layer of potatoes, some Montreal smoked meat, then cheese, and layered it all the way to the top and threw it in the hillbilly oven for 10 minutes. Crispy, creamy, beautiful. Nothing else was needed. Yeah, Jim, it wasn't a vacation. Literally, it was a 24-hour, pretty much exactly, almost 24 and a half hour trip. Literally, it was a drive there with my neighbor. He's picking up his other camper. He'll be back in about a week. He dropped me off. I jumped on, got all my stuff right early in the morning. I had all my meds for 9 in the morning, paperwork signed so my friend could pick it up. She drove me to Scarborough Town Center Station, jumped on a bus, went up to North Bay, and then jumped on the bus to town where near I live, and I was home. I jumped out right out there. I was back by 9:35. Now I've got a garden that's actually growing. It's working. I failed at 3 gardens, and now I've got one going. Like, good morning. 3 gardens failed. One is growing now and is working. I've got radish and beets growing, so yay. But, like, again, that's my forever home. How can I don't. I lived in a tent for 17 months, a very small tent, through the winter and everything. This thing here is like a mansion on the inside. Besides, I end up spending most of my time outside anyways with my dog, who is doing whatever the fuck she's doing right now. Hey, Moosey Moo, where are you? Come on over. Come here. Here she comes. Well, good. She's a really good dog. She likes to get in the mud, but she's a really good dog. I've worked on her training every single day for an hour since I got her for, oh my goodness, I've had her since April 8th. So April, May 8th, June 8th, July. I've almost had her for 5 months now. And she was born February 5th. March, April, May, June, July, August. So she is 6 months old. And she's a little troublemaker. But that dog has been better for my mental health than anything. She doesn't really need much of anything either. I buy a bag of dog food, a 50-pound bag of dog food from the Mennonites, and it's legit just, they make it there. They dry smoke the meat, like the offcuts and organs of a bunch of different, like their cows and their chickens and their whatnot. They grind it down into a fine powder and shape it into little tablets. She won't eat any other dog food than that. It's such a high quality dog feed. Plus, she always gets a lot of rare or raw meat. She gets a lot of fish skin. So she's a well-fed pup. She's a really good girl, too. Except when she goes playing in the mud right after a freaking bath. Good morning, Johnny Huff. Oh, well, they're not Amish. They're Mennonite. They'll drive cars, but they're pretty dang close to being Mennonite, to being Amish. They sell 50 eggs for like $5. So you Americans, ha 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 ha, I can have eggs. And this beard is getting epic. I think I'm gonna like grow it into a nice big Santa beard. Oh, that dog has all the energy in the world. She is healthier than healthy can be. She's my pretty baby. Every time I play with her or talk to her, she kind of turns me into a 12-year-old little girl. Well, man, if you're down in Toronto or whatnot, I'm almost done finish the cabin. If you need a starter place up here, there's going to be a place for anybody to come visit. And if you need a plot, you can stay here till you get the plot. Heck, I'll even help you build your place. Right now, there's mine I'm building. I'm just helping finishing up my buddy Aubrey's place. We were doing the siding of it, and I had a brilliant idea. We saw this. They're foam insulated panels for a garage door. We saw them at the Amish while we were picking up woods, and they're saying it's scrap. We're just getting rid of it. So we grabbed 40 of the panels, and we're going to do his whole house use it as siding. It's insulated, and that's what we were working on the other day. I sent some pictures about that. My other buddy who's new here, Jason, his place, his flooring has gone down, the walls have gone up. All he needs is the insulation. Oh man, all I know, I put it this way, is I really don't drink. Actually, that's not quite true. I think I've drank more up here in the last 3 months than my entire life combined. There's one of these things. It's called like the country law. I don't know. You go over to your neighbor's house, you're gonna go help them for free. You're not taking payment. But you're damn well sure he's gonna come out with a 12 pack of beer for you while you guys are staining the deck. You have no choice but to have that beer. It's almost rude not to take it. So I've sat out more than a many a day helping my neighbor do his place up slowly because I'm slow with the MS. And yeah, up here, Super Gang, if you got your plot, see, there's no building restrictions here. You don't even need a permit. It's unrecognized land. You do have to follow basic building codes, but if you wanted to build a mansion, you could build a mansion. And heck, if you got the materials and the time and you're willing to work with me, I will help you build that mansion. But I don't need much space. I don't need much space. I've got my home. That's all I need. I can stand up without hitting my head on the ceiling. I can stand up. I got a bed, a place to cook in the winter, and it's warm. And then I've got, this half acre of land that I can screw around on whenever I want. I have access to the internet. I'm not on grid. Oh, technically I'm on grid because I've got the internets. But I'm not gridded power, not gridded water. We got the well now. Got the solar for power, which is more than enough for me. It's crazy that. So when I was in Ottawa, right on, I'd say the 14th, I was gifted a PlayStation. I was given a PlayStation. I was told to go pick it up from the ex Walmart at this time, so I did. And yeah, I've barely used it. That's the sad thing. I've got the power to use it. It's just I'm so uninterested in TV and the game. I've been more interested in going outside, playing with my dog, building stuff, going fishing, going hunting. Why don't I sell it? Well, I got a thing. I can sell it. I could use the money. I could sell it. But to me, that'd be really rude. That'd be a really rude thing to do. Is that was a gift. But I know I'm gonna end up using it a lot during the winter because minus 50 during the cold nights, minus 40 in the daytime. You don't go outside during that kind of temperature. You just stay inside. And I like my books, but it'd be nice to have some form of entertainment. So I'll end up using it a lot during the winter. In fact, I've got something. I got to go pick up my mail Tuesday morning. So when I was first homeless, when I first got homeless, before I was no longer homeless, I had a Steam Deck, and I sold that to a friend for $75. She knew she was getting a deal. That was like 3 years ago, 2 years ago, and yeah, she knew she was getting a deal, and yeah, we were in contact with me, and she asked me if she wanted to give it back to me for a while, so she sent it back to me, so I'll have that as well to play PC games. Yeah, no, I one thing is I know I should keep it. I'm gonna take it's too hot out here. But yeah, that's the cabin. Don't want to put it too much on screen because my neighbor's there. That's my home. That's where I live. I just need to put up another wall, and I'm gonna go hang out back in the backwoods because it's too dang hot. Everything is expensive. I don't. If you're in Canada, you'll know this, but food prices are unbelievably expensive up here. Like, I don't get to go to the grocery store often because it's a 4-hour walk, and I have to organize it with my neighbors when they're going to town, or I'm hitchhiking. Come on, Moosey Moo! So I don't get to go to town often. But in the 4 months since I've been here, 5 months since I've been here, I saw the food prices just skyrocket. It's affecting up here too. I can't afford meat. I can't afford a bag of apples. I'd say even last year, you could buy a bag of apples, like a full bag of apples, 10 pounds of apples, for $2.99. Up in town now, they're $10.99, but that's not still too bad compared to the city prices. When I was in Toronto, they're selling them for $15 for a 10-pound bag of apples. Ace, I'm on my property. So yes, I am on private property. This land is lifetime leased to me, licensed. This is my land. This is my half acre. No one can kick me off ever. This is my home. That's my camper. I don't answer to nobody because it's mine. And yeah, we did something like... I've been up here because of you guys since March. I got here March 18th. And when I got, like, everything was gone, like, it was to get supplies to live off of. That trailer was extra. Like, I couldn't afford a trailer. That was given to me by a very sweet person. And my solar panels. So the solar was expensive. The battery was expensive. All the little things I needed were expensive. The land was expensive. It came out to more than I thought it was going to because taxes and whatnot. Exactly. It's just me. And even now, like, I've got that cabin I'm building. I want that to be a fixed place. It's gonna look. I'm gonna try to do the inside really nice, make it so it's nice and warm. I've got a wood burning stove for that. It depends. It depends, Dave. So, if you pay outright rate up front, $5,000. With taxes and everything, it comes out to taxes for the property taxes and your yearly fee. It comes out to $5,800. Then it's yours for life. Plus, you've got to pitch in your share for the group's taxes, which is $150 a year. That's the only fee, $150 a year. And then the acreage goes for $10,000, $16,000 with taxes if you pay upfront in cash. There is a financing option which you wouldn't take, where you pay $500 for the 1 acre of land, $500 a month for 35 months. It comes out to $19,800. You're paying double if you're financing. Well, here's the thing. You can more than survive off the land. I went, I'd say a couple of weeks back, I went 2 full weeks without any food. Can completely run out of supplies, except for like, I had a couple of bags of rice. So you can't just live off of rice. How did I do it? Because of the land. I forage. There's so much greenery here to forage. Get myself down to the lake, walk myself down to the lake, cast my rod in, come up with a fish. I haven't gone down to that lake without coming up with a fish. How do you know you're not getting scammed? I'm here. That's how I know I'm not getting scammed. It worked. It turned out. I was very skeptical at first, too. I thought it was a cult. I thought it was a scam, but I vetted it. It was real. Then I thought it was a cult. Then I got here and there was no sex, so it wasn't a cult. Oh, Dave Nut? I just got that. That's a good one, man. That's a good name. Uh, Definitely do it. Like, I know up in Maine it's pretty dang cheap. If you can get something cheap, even if it's a half acre, half acre is a lot of land. It's more land than I need. In fact, I had someone staying up here with me a while back for a few months. It was more than enough land for 2 people. He was just tent and car camping though. But what I got for, well, why I more specifically chose this way than, finding a cheap piece of land and going in at it by myself is the community. I I can't survive without people. I need people in my life. I'm a social animal. I'm a very social guy. Plus, there's a lot I can't do on my own because, multiple sclerosis. It sucks. It's a horrible disease. In fact, I've been off my meds for like 4 or 5 months because literally I wasn't able to get mail up here. It's a stupid, complicated situation with my medications. I've got a mailbox. My meds only come from one place, and that's Sunnybrook Hospital's pharmacy, because they're on very specialized medications that are kind of. I'm on a couple experimental meds, so fighting with them to get it to deliver it here. There's no mail delivery on the property. I have to go to town to my mailbox. That's a 4-hour trip by foot. So I got to go when I can get a ride, which is usually once or twice a month. But then you get to Canada Post. The hospital is sending it by CanPar, Canadian Parcel Pacific. Um, Canada Post will not accept parcels from them. So it gets sent back and sits at Sunnybrook. The only way I can get it is to go in person. I asked, hey, can I have a friend pick it up? No. The only way you can do that is to go down to the pharmacy in person. My pharmacy is in Toronto, which is a 12-hour trip south. Sit down there, fill out a bunch of paperwork in front of one of the pharmacists. They accept it, take their ID, take my ID to make that person able to take your medication, which I did yesterday. Ninja, I have nothing good to say about the tariffs. I got up here. I had a job when I first got here. I was working. I had a remote job for an insurance company. I worked for them for 5 weeks. Then the tariffs hit. It was an insurance company. One of your first call agents are called. Tariffs go out. They laid off all the Canadian employees. So that's cut off my source of income. I was just like, oh, that's just neat. And it doesn't matter. I don't need much money to survive. Like I can do it $200 a month up here. I just got one bill as my phone bill. That's $50 a month now. Got rid of the Starlink because the neighbors weren't pitching in their share. And range booster. So my main bill is that. The rest is for supplies. Her for 3 months worth of food from the Mennonites is like $20. My dog. And the rest goes towards supplies. And whatever I need extra, which I do need extra, I supplement by, I've got that garden growing now. I fish almost every day. And I'll hunt now. I got a slingshot, and I got pretty dang accurate with it. I've eaten 2 squirrels and 2 grouse. And literally, I'm surviving off of YouTube. And when someone sends me some money on PayPal or Super Chats and stuff, that's been saving my life. But I make about $200 a month just off of ad revenue from YouTube. I've got to start making more long form videos because when I get to 1,000 views on a long form videos, that's an extra $50 in my pocket. And I like doing the long forms too. I want to do more cooking videos because I've got my own creative way of cooking while they're being poor. I got the most recent video I posted was a cooking video. I made a tin can casserole. Literally 3 ingredients. Salt's not an ingredient. It's a spice. It's a seasoning. It doesn't count. Salt, a can of potato, and cheese with some deli Montreal smoked meat that I got on discount. I got 2 meals out of that for $5. And they were, it's not just the meals, it's not just the sustenance. It was a very tasty meal. Oh, it was. It was a lot of meat, too. Oh no, there's no Diddy up here. We do have Bigfoot. I was out here looking for him the other night. Even had my shoes off, walking through the woods, screaming, "Here, Bigfoot, 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 Bigfoot!" But he didn't want to show his face. A couple bears, too. The bears like me because I look like a big fuzzy bear. Unfortunately, acorns are not up here. You're not going to get acorns this far north. You don't really understand how far north I am. If I was to drive from here for 2 hours, if I could drive, I don't have a car or a driver's license because they took it. MS sucks. The Hudson's Bay would take 2 hours to drive to from where I am. I'm way up north. For the flour, though, so this is Canada. I'm right now looking at a cousin of wheat. Wheat's cousin. I have it growing all over my property. Another reason why I don't want to harvest. Why I don't want to cut the grass. So if I really want to do wheat, if I want to make some fresh bread, right there. You can harvest that. It takes a lot, but there is a lot. You harvest it and you shuck it, toast it, and then grind it into flour. Plus, if I need greens, like if I feel like cooking something that's a lot like spinach, I come right here. And we've got virgin waterweed right there, purple waterweed all the way through there, garlic mustard right there. I've got greens everywhere. Plus, right here, these are, they're like related to fiddleheads. They're tasty. You can eat them a lot. They're very, it tastes like a rosemary. So there's always something you can get up here. And this is these are dogwood trees, and back there's a bit of a dogwood marshy area. A bird called the woodcock grouse, a bird like this big. They are in season right now for hunting. There's thousands of them through here, and I'm getting good enough to slingshot. I've taken 2 down. They're tasty little birds. I can't really compare them to chicken or duck. They are just bird. I can't explain the taste. They taste good. And I marinated them. The last ones I got, I marinated them in a pre-made adobo sauce I got, and cooked them right in the grill. And they turned out fantastic, honestly. But most things I eat, you're wrong about that. You're very wrong about most things that I eat come from a can, unfortunately. What I film, when I do film and stuff, it's usually what I've got on hand, and it's a budget meal. I've done a couple videos of, and mostly pictures of the fish and whatnot when I break it down and fry up the fish. Same with the birds and the grouse. And I'm more than capable of that. You should go back to some of my older videos when I was still stuck in Toronto. I was foraging a lot, making, okay, there was cans included, but making hobo stews and whatnot with what I could find. I am allowed to reapply next year after I do my taxes. I'm going to reapply, and I'll probably get it this time. But they found a way. They beat me. They kicked my ass. It is what it is. But I should be able to reapply next month. Okie dokie, squid. I'm not on pain pills, that's the thing. Pain pills and muscle relaxants wouldn't do shit to me. You don't really understand what multiple sclerosis is. The pain isn't actually physical. There's nothing wrong with my legs. My legs are perfect. You should look up what MS, multiple sclerosis, is. I have lesions and holes developing in my brain. These cause signals to misfire in many different ways, and no two people are the same with multiple sclerosis. It can present in many different ways. It can progress many different ways. Some people get their diagnosis and they go downhill fast. Within a year, they're in a wheelchair and blind. I'm on my medications. Again, my medications are for the neurological issues, to calm the nerves around down enough in my brain so I can walk. I didn't say they're not pain pills. Muscle relaxants are pain pills. I'm on neurological medication. They're not pain pills. One medication I was on was called gabapentin. Now it's Bacloxin. Gabapentin messed my head up. It messed with my brain chemistry up so bad. I don't know. Squid can be a dick all he wants. No, it's not nerve pain. It's not nerve pain. It's neurological. Uh, there's nothing wrong with the nerves. There's nothing wrong with the muscles. They're perfectly fine. It's the brain. Multiple sclerosis is a neurological disorder. My brain is degenerating. It could go several different ways. Like some people go into like called a remission from symptoms, and they can go for like years, even decades, with no new symptoms, and they can just operate normally. Some people they progress really quickly. I do, but honestly, painkillers don't work on me. Painkillers don't work on me. It's not a physical pain; it's a neurological brain thing, and it's not exactly. I would say it's not a pain like ouch. When it's really, I'm fantastic today. I'm fantastic today, but it feels like with my legs that they are being electrocuted. They're being set on fire while being crushed. Oh, squid, I've got outdoor experience. I am a forager. It's something I learned as a kid from the grandparents because they both grew up in the Great Depression and I was raised by my grandparents. And they taught me foraging. They taught me fishing. They taught me how to skin a deer. I can skin a deer like nobody's problem. I can skin a rabbit like nobody's problem. I can skin a moose. I've done it. Okie dokie, squid. Does it sound like I have any impediments? I have no issues with communication. Yeah, no, I got off of gabapentin. That one did mess with my brain chemistry. It made me suicidal. Like literally, I was on it for a week, and these thoughts I had never had in my entire life was, I had this nagging feeling, and I had the rope to do it. Everything is horrible. I'm in a tent. I got a rope, and there's a tree right there. Let's just do it. And I was really considering it, and it happened when I was first started taking the meds. And like, this isn't me. And one of the side effects of that medication is thoughts of deletion. Oh fuck no! Les Strauss is my. By the way, Les Strauss is my hero. That man has all the experience, like ex-military, a true Canadian, good old boy. He can survive anywhere. A lot of stuff I did was just a school of hard knocks. Like literally, no other option but to find some crown land, walk deep into the bush, set up camp, and stay there. Well, waking up at get to work at like 6 o'clock, and I had to get up at like 4 o'clock in the morning to get to the highway. 45 minutes to the highway to get to work because not only was I doing it in minus 20, minus 30, minus 40 outside, I was also working at an outdoor store. Oh, Alpha, honestly, I'm not streaming for money. Like I'm just enjoying myself. I do these things for my chat. You really don't know me, man. You really don't know me, Squid. My physical abilities, they suck. I'm in pain all the time. They're fantastic today because of the meds. I start a task, I finish it. I've been building a cabin on the front of my place, and it's, I'd say, 60% done right now. The floors have just went in. I don't complete a task. I start something, I finish it. That cabin's going to be done probably by the end of August. Fully insulated, ready to live in. I've also helped the neighbor build his house up the top of the hill, and his is done, and the other neighbor. The structure is stable. Everything is squared. Everything is squared. I used to be, dude, I know how to build. You know, I was a crane operator, right? Before I got sick. Oh, no, 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 no. Let him do what he wants. I can take it. I'm a big boy. All you gotta do is go into the past videos and you can see the shit I lived through. Not only that, I did it in the bush. Didn't once go and didn't. Okay, I stayed in a room one day. One day when I was leaving Toronto. I did it all outdoors and it sucked. Okie dokie, so you don't have to. I enjoy being on the internet. Guess what? I do have people up here, but this is for my mental health. This isn't for you, Squid. This is for my mental health. I have PTSD from all that crap. I come on here for my own mental health to make a connection with other people, to have a conversation. I'm a social person. I love people. I've made really great friends off of the internet. And I've got my home. Legit, I've got a home. Ah. Okay, Squid, how have I lost my marbles? How have I gone crazy? I would like to know. What have I done? Just explain. Yeah, no, don't. Even you guys don't even resort to going to name calling. It's not worth it. That's an angry person wants to be angry. Yeah, that you two. I have got less interesting things to show. The shelter is stable. There's a solid foundation in the ground with the guideposts. It's been cemented into the ground. It is all properly squared. It might look like, rough and rustic because it is. It's because I harvested all that wood myself by hand. I used the sawmill to cut it down properly. Of course, it doesn't look like a standard, building. It's a freaking log cabin. I was using steel ammo. When I got I still have like 200 shots of the steel shot. Um, I went up a size. The size of steel shot I was using before was 8 millimeter, and it's just too light. So I went to the 10 millimeter steel shot. You can't get lead shot in Canada, so it's steel shot. Good morning, Jeremiah. Look, even when people do come in like that, I try to give. I don't like to block. I don't like to ban. I can count the amount of people I have banned on this channel on, okay, two hands. Okay, five fingers and a thumb. My mental capacity is fine though, Squid, and I'm not on pain medication. I'm on neurological medication. They're not pain pills. And furthermore, I haven't been on this medication for the last 5 months because I haven't been able to freaking get it. I've been off of the pain pills for. Okay, now fucking, you've got me saying pain pills. Good on you. Good on you, messing my mind up. I haven't been on the medication for about 5 months because I physically haven't been able to get it. I have been going through extreme horrible pain because I've been off of it. And guess what? One day on it, I'm all happy. Life is freaking good. I woke up this morning not in pain. I was able to walk from my trailer down to the lake and back. 6 kilometers, no problem. I was happy. That's not withdrawal. It wasn't withdrawal. I haven't been on the medication long enough to go through withdrawal. I've only been on the multiple sclerosis medication since what? Last October. And even then, I went a couple weeks here and there or a month here and there without it. You should Google, you've got Google. All you got to do is Google common multiple MS medications or look up Tizidin. They're neurological medications. They slow down the progression of multiple sclerosis. Medications I need to be on because I don't want my MS to speed up. I don't want to be in a wheelchair. I don't want to be blind. Okay, yeah, you're saying it poisons the body. What's worse? A little bit of toxicity from medication or having it progress quickly in the next 5 years where I can't walk and I'm blind. See, I've already made a decision about things is if I am confined to a wheelchair, okay, I'm confined to a wheelchair. If my sight starts to go, I'm going to go ahead and take MAID, which is medical assisted death. I'm going to take that through the government program. That's if my eyesight starts to go. That's the only way it's going to happen. Thank you for that, man. I get too involved with this stuff. He'll be back. It's just some rando being a rando. I'm not hurt by it. SH, why is that? No, I'm not joking about that. That is the one situation I would do it. I've had the social workers try to convince me to do it as now, right, like ASAP. But no, when it comes to the point that I cannot take care of myself, so be it. I'll find a way in a wheelchair. I don't care. But I don't want to be in a wheelchair and blind. Not being able to fend for myself. Not being able to even fish or watch a movie or have enjoyment out of life. Sitting in a wheelchair, blind, rotting. You're already dead. Yes, Polar Beans. Yes. Yes, I did, unfortunately. 3 times. It's horrible. The social they you get the way they did it to me each time was I had to go to a doctor's appointment. They get you there a little bit early. You're scheduled for a certain time, and then you see for the social workers there. Someone needs to talk to you in this office here, and you get led down to an office, and there's two security guards standing in front of this office door where they open, and a woman sitting on the inside, and another person sitting beside her, which, whatever. I think she was a crisis counselor and a social worker. And you got these two security guards that are bigger than I am in front of the door, so it makes it things like you're not allowed to leave, like you're in trouble. And then they bring out this big blue binder, and they say, "So we want to talk to you about your options." And they start flipping through the pages, and they're trying to convince you that it's your idea to take the May, that this is a good idea, that you want this. When I'm not ready to go yet. I know the one circumstance now I would take it, but that's not going to happen. SH, look up multiple sclerosis. It sucks. In fact, again, I don't even need to talk about this because it's we're talking about something that not gonna happen. I refuse to let happen. I'm in remission from it. I've got another 30 to 40 years left in my life. 50 to 60 years left in my life. I want to be a cranky old son of a bitch with a gray beard down to my knees, screaming at the kids to get off my lawn. Grim, you're not wrong, but I'll be honest about something. So I haven't bought a single case of beer since I've been up here. No, that's a lie. I did purchase for $2.50 a Trailer Park Boys alcoholic drink. But on the same note, I haven't purchased any alcohol, but I've drank more in the last 4 months that I've been up here than I have in my entire life combined. I'd say 2 to 3 times a week. I'd say 3, 4 beers, and it takes two to get me plastered. I'm a lightweight when it comes to alcohol, and the only reason why that is it would have been impolite for me not to have a beer. You go over to your neighbor's house to help him. We were staining his windows the first time, and then we were caulking his windows. We were caulking the windows. And he brings out a case of beer. He hands it to you. He opens it to you. It's rude not to drink, and you say, "Oh, it's enough." I was like, "Well, if I'm having one, you're having one." I'm like, "But, I don't want one." Uh, it's just rude not to. It's like an unspoken rule of country life. Oh yeah, jeez, I did a stream right before Christmas, the day my grandfather's birthday. I had a couple of drinks of whiskey. Whiskey, whiskey. I hate whiskey. I hate it. 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 But it's one of those things I will do every year on his birthday because that was his drink. I'm tasting. I'm just thinking about it, tasting it, and I hate it. And I just got like not even a Mickey. I got halfway through that, jumped on stream, and I was sloppy drunk. Well, Ninja, if you're in Ontario, there's a place up here for you. I'd welcome anybody onto the land. And again, once the cabin is up, I'm gonna make a warm place for someone to sleep. That's the point of it. Is I don't want it just to be my land. I want it to be a place for someone to stay. There's gonna even be a second cabin right here. See, I was married at the time. I had a wife, no kids. So one thing I never wanted, like, my parents were horrible parents. I never saw myself as a parent. And the thing I did when I turned 18 was I got snipped. I'm shooting blanks. But okay, if I'm drinking, I can handle, like, again, if I have 3 4 beers, I'm plastered beyond plastered. And yeah, ugh. But again, unwritten rule, they make you. But there's a lot I want to show you guys too. Like, if you check on the community posts, if you check on the community posts, you can see some of the builds we've done, like the neighbor's place, both of them. And again, I liked. We used insulated garage doors that were broken. We got off the Mennonite. They came in pieces to use as siding on his house. It looks really neat now. I got to get a video of it. Oh, I think I'm gonna go over, bother my neighbor, get a fire going, and make a hot chocolate or a coffee. I've got hot chocolate and coffee. Maybe hot chocolate, maybe coffee, maybe both. Maybe a mochaccino. I saw that episode of South Park, bathing in stem cells, aborted fetuses. Oh, I loved it. I loved it. I love South Park. Yeah. So, guys, it's been fun. It's been a short stream, but a good stream. I love you all, but I'm going to go ahead and head out and go make my coffee. You guys take care, and I'm going to do, I think, in the very near future, I've got a build coming up. I don't know if I want to bring the phone along with me while I'm harvesting trees for it, because if it falls the wrong way, the phone breaks and I'm out of phone and I can't afford a new one. So there's that. So probably harvest the wood first. But my next project that I have to get done is to build a 4-foot stand for my solar, because winter is coming and I don't need them buried. So I love you guys all. Love all you guys. Rock. I am heading out. Bye.